In this episode, we prepare and begin our epic adventures across the Gib River Road in the Kimberley region of Western Australia.
Howdy all, the time has come. We are leaving Broome this morning and we'll jump on the Gib over the next day or two. Preparation wise, I haven't personally done too much. We haven't done a lot. We are sort of always prepared and equipped for stuff like this. This is why I try to run the best of the best gear, suspension, tyres, just everything that we do, we are pretty much always prepared and equipped for probably the worst situations and worst roads. So it's nothing sort of new to us. Miriam's done a little bit more prep inside with the fridge and all that type of stuff. Tyre-wise, I've got 2 brand new spares on the back of the truck, which I always carry. I've got 2 spares on the back of the van, which I always carry. And I've got something rad for you guys here, hot off the press. This is called glue tread. So this is hot off the press in Australia. They've done a ton of testing in the States for it. It is rad. So it's basically one whole kit. This kit consists of your general tie plugs, which most of you guys would be aware of. The really cool thing about this part, it has sidewall repair kits as well. So you've got different size patches. I think there's about 10 patches in here. So it's thick rubber that will stick to the side. We'll explain a bit more of this and probably do a few demos on it over the next probably 3 or 4 weeks, but this couldn't have come at a better time. And the other thing it also has too is replacement valves. So if you need to replace a valve, if you damage a valve on a normal tyre, you basically got to remove the wheel off the car, remove the tyre completely, push the valve in from inside the rim, and then put the tyre back on. These have got valves that you replace literally from the outside. So you just push the existing one out of there, get rid of it, push this one in, and then just tighten it up, and it just flares out on the inside. So, mate, these kits cover literally everything. To say that we're prepared is an understatement. And I reckon we'll go inside and we'll see what Miriam's going to do, hey? Are we ready to rock or what?
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh. What do you want to give people a bit of a rundown on what you've done inside to prepare?
Okay, so I haven't done a whole lot, but what...
That's what I just said.
Well, we're always prepared for like the rough stuff. So basically, we're not hitting any rough stuff today, so I'm not taking any of the fusion locks off, but they all come off when we hit the rough stuff. But what Donna and I have been discussing, we've seen a lot of people's trips across the Gib. Not that the Gib's any different, but we've just seen everyone's like adventures in the fridge.
I think there's a lot of scare tactic. Do you reckon there's a lot of scare tactic with the Gib?
Yeah, and to be honest, what I've actually done in the fridge is kind of a bit more for organisation as much as it is to prevent stuff from going everywhere if something does occur. So I've actually, I'm kind of rushed at the moment, but I bought containers to put stuff in. So like the glass containers are in there. There's a separator in there. There's like one of those plastic things separating. So the glass isn't actually banging on each other. Again, not that we've ever had problems before, but it's just kind of an excuse to organise.
We've been on some pretty brutal roads in our time, haven't we?
Yeah. So we had this shelf broke. The little clip broke and it had a lot of heavy glass jars in it in the Ningaloo area. So all I've done there is taken out all the heavy stuff. I've actually put a couple of the glass jars into some plastic squeezy bottle things. At the house, we were all about glass, no plastic. In the caravan, it's all about plastic, no glass. So we've just taken the heavy stuff out of the shelves, apart from that. We'll just see how it goes, but everything else is in containers. And because I'm on a mission, I bought a couple more of these slidey containers.
This is going to cost me, isn't it?
It's $10. It's from Kmart. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to organise my freezer. Whether I do that tonight or another day, I don't know. It's just because I'm in an organisational mode. But everything that we've got up here as well, you can see.
Well, that's nothing new to us as well, isn't it?
It's in containers. That's just the way we roll.
So you can see everything is in containers.
It's all in.
So nothing is really loose in what we do, is it?
No. So that also makes it easy.
Well, I'm pretty loose.
When we swap over caravans too, because we just pull out the containers of one cupboard and put it into another. But yeah, anyway, so that's all I've done really. Just a 2-week shop too. So I got a menu plan. I sat down and I wrote every single ingredient for every single recipe that we're going to need for 14 days, allowing for some days eating at the stations and stuff. And I went and bought exactly what we needed. So I didn't buy extra food and extra this and that. I've got exactly what we need.
Well, that was the biggest prep for us, eh?
The biggest prep is menu planning.
Biggest,
for 2 weeks planning for no shops. And I bought a couple of 10-litre containers of water as well, because we hear drinking water can be hard to come by. There's heaps of water on the Gib, but not a whole lot of drinking water. And I'm very fussy with my drinking water. So I've got 20...
crap.
Chris will drink anything. I don't. I have to have it filtered. It has to be good. So I got 20 litres of that. And
but you can still get your basic groceries on the Gib as well. It's just be prepared to
Yeah. Basically, I just did a menu plan.
Pay a lot.
To me, menu planning is easy, and I know the Gib is going to be lots of exploring, so I don't want to be having to think about food and whatever. So I literally open it up Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, all the different days. You know, it's flexible, but then I just cook what I've got. I've got all the recipes, everything sorted.
Yep.
So that's pretty much it. And when we actually hit the rough stuff, that's when, you know, all the fusion locks come off. And we do have...
but standard stuff, we've showed
I don't know, if you want to have... We've got these slide-out pantry... And drawers are great because you can get to the back, but there's a lot of weight in there. So when we hit the really heavy stuff, we'll take out... the really corrugated stuff, we'll take out the heavy cans and just move them to a box and put them somewhere so there's not so much stress and pressure on the runners in there. So that's all we've done.
Well, can you hurry up and we can go?
Well, yeah, you're holding me up. But I was wondering if I've got time to do my freezer now, but I don't know.
So over the next few weeks too, we'll run through everything that we do maintenance-wise as we're going along and doing these remote sort of areas and rough roads.
Including squishing down large packets of mincemeat so that it gets squashed like this because our vacuum sealer is gone. So I put it into a little Ziploc bag and go, probably not
I wasn't
hygienic.
talking about food. I was talking about more inside the van, outside the van, inside the car, outside the car. Just general things like that you should always keep an eye on. And this is why I'm saying we haven't done anything out of the ordinary. We haven't done any extra prepping because this is what we do on a day-to-day basis. Always prepping, always maintaining, always making sure everything is fine. So I think if everyone keeps that in mind and just does a little bit every day and maybe betters their equipment slowly as they get a bigger budget, or if you don't have a budget, just maintain and keep an eye on things.
It's kind of like your body. You want to maintain it all year round, not just go, oh no, it's summer, I need to get ready. So the same thing with your vehicles. Just I can see it in the reflection in there.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Consistent maintenance is better than freaking out when you actually need to do it.
Yeah, than a freak out. And I think from what we see, there's a lot of scare tactic going on with the Gib, and everyone panics and thinks they're going to break things. And guys, don't panic. Don't be scared. Just have some common sense and just take your time and do it slowly. If you don't have the best equipment, take your time. Like just relax. There's no race here. If someone goes hammering past, you don't think you need to keep up with them. Or anyway, I've said my little piece. So let's just get on with it, eh? Let's get on with it. Oh, and so another thing I forgot to fill you guys in on our lovely Gib trip is we got some dear friends of ours that are joining us on the trip. So I don't know if you've met these guys before, but they're the Campia Crew. They're a pain in the ass, but they're all right. Donna cooks good Anzac cookies, pickies. So yeah, they're joining us on the Gib as well. So let's go.
Oh, he's gone.
Oh, well, fine then. Go without me then.
He's eager.
I guess I'm going on my own then.
He's eager. Go on, guys.
Well, we've decided to pull over at the... What have you done?
Done myself a mischief, mate.
Is that the AdBlue?
Me and AdBlue. Oh.
He spilled it all over his shirt. Well, I was about to tell everyone where we are, so I'll let you do that.
No,
now.
you can do that, mate. You can.
Oh, you don't want to?
No, I'm a bit AdBlued out.
All right, okay. So we've stopped at the prison Boab tree because apparently it is humongous.
So here we go. It's already started. Old Miss Muffet over here. She's found an information board. Hey, I don't know if you guys know, she actually really likes reading information boards. I might let her be in a little glory for a bit, hey? I was just telling everyone that you don't mind reading information boards. Oi!
Yes?
How's your new shades?
I know, right?
Stay still.
I've been wearing them in white for so long.
Look how sick these are.
This morning I picked up my black pair.
Woohoo!
I'm a little bit in love with this style.
Bit of heat wave, eh?
Oh, yes.
Alright, what do we got here, mate? What do we got?
Lots of information about the Boab tree, but I thought this was interesting. It says a Boab tree can be...
Oh, sorry, mate, I got distracted.
So rude.
Oh, yeah,
A Boab tree can withstand drought and fire, and they believe that the species in Australia comes from the one in Madagascar that was just like washed up on the shore.
Really?
Yeah, it says, look, they believe to have originated from plant material washed up on the shore from Madagascar.
Oh, there you go.
So the nut of the Australian bulb has a very thin shell. Anyway, there's lots of information about the Boab tree. They've got names for all the parts of the tree as it was so useful, very handy.
And these are only native to the Kimberley, aren't they?
Haven't got that far.
I'm pretty sure they are.
But
Let's go have a look at it.
yeah, okay.
I like your shades, mate.
Thank you.
This is big. Stand in front of it so you can...
Well, I can't... You wouldn't want to because there's looks like bees everywhere.
So you can
Anyway.
sort of get the thickness of it.
This big.
I'm just going to zoom in.
It's short and fat. I don't know what to expect. I don't look these places up. I didn't actually even know this was here.
Are you kidding?
No, I don't do that. That's your job. And yes, it's fat, but I kind of was expecting a bit more of like a taller tree.
No, Boabs aren't that tall.
No, I know. Maybe it just looks short because it's so fat.
So read that sign over there. You know the history of it, or you have no idea?
No, I don't know.
Oh man.
Except they named,
go
they
fill
named all the
yourself
parts
in.
of it, and I guess it's the prison tree, so do they lock people in it?
They did. So
Oh,
if you
they
go
do?
around the other side, you'll see
I
there's,
saw a little
there's
door
an entrance.
thing.
Go have a look.
Look, they've taken the wire off.
I know you want to go in there.
I do,
but you're not allowed to.
I know, but I do.
Move out the way so I can see it properly.
You can,
There you go.
if you lower your shades, like drop them off your nose, you can see inside the...
Oh yeah. See if we can see inside there.
They actually locked people in. I really need to read the history of this thing.
No.
So this is where they used to stop and transporting the Indigenous prisoners to Derby to be prosecuted.
Oh look, Ranger Stacey's here.
Ranger Stacey.
There we go.
So yeah, so the tree's apparently about 1,500 years old. And when back in the early days they used to transport the Indigenous prisoners from wherever to Derby to be prosecuted, they used to stop here for the night before going into Derby, put all the prisoners inside the tree.
All the prisoners?
That's why it's called the prison tree.
Yep.
So whatever they were bringing through, they used to put the Indigenous inside the tree and then obviously bar the gap that was in there, and that's how they would make sure that they would stay there at night before
Yep.
heading the rest of the way into Derby.
On a positive note, it would be nice and cool in there.
Well,
And I'd say warm in
Depends
winter.
on how many people you put in there.
yeah.
Well, that's true too,
Yeah. But yeah, a bit of sad history, a bit of a dark past.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Moly.
It's sad, mate. It's sad. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely
But
is.
1,500 years old, so it's seen a thing or two.
Yeah, it has.
Information about the tree.
Information
yeah?
sign.
The significance
Sign.
of the prison Boab tree derives from its reputed use as a rest point for police and escorted Aboriginal prisoners en route to Derby, and principally its prior but less publicly known connection with Aboriginal traditional religious beliefs. It says it attracts visitors, and the fence was erected out of respect for the religious significance of the tree and to prevent pedestrian traffic from compacting the soil around its roots. So, two reasons that there is a fence around the tree.
A lot of big words you just said then.
A lot of big words.
Glad I didn't read it. Right, let's go. So we're just down the road from Derby. So what we're going to do is we're going to race into there, have a bit of a bite to eat, and then see if we can find an information centre. Like, we can't suggest, what was the word? What was suggest? Recommend this enough.
Recommend what enough?
Get to towns where you don't know what you're doing and go to the information centres, mate. They're a wealth of information. So
Funny that.
oh yeah, that's what they call an information
I had
centre.
no idea what this was about. Basically, we're suggesting that when you go to a town, you should stop.
Go to the information
Go to
centre.
the visitor centre or the information centre because they tend to know a little
Yeah,
bit about
because
the area.
they have lots of groceries there.
Information.
So we found the information centre, and no word of lie, Miriam has jumped out of the car. There's an information board about 3 metres from the truck, and she's already reading it. This is my life.
They would all clamber aboard, and the horse would travel at a fast pace to the jetty. Love these information boards. I love the eraser. Oh, thank you, darling. Can't read that.
Babe, that looks a little awkward, mate.
Boy, trying to figure out what he does.
Just don't bend over in front of him. It looks really awkward.
Look at the writing. You can't.
There you
read
go. You're doing it again.
You can't read the writing. It's too small.
Just bend down right there.
What are you doing there? This is why you need to get cash out.
Why?
Because a lot of places here don't have aircon.
So here we go. Here's a map of the sexiest bloke in the world. No, we have a lot of international subscribers and viewers who watch our channel, and the Gib is an iconic road, it's an iconic bucket list, it's an iconic destination for so many Australians, and I guess for so many international people as well. So here we go. So we're in the Kimberley, which is the top end of Western Australia. So we were here at Broome. So basically the Gib River Road will start all the way here just near Derby.
That's where we are now.
Yep, and it will shortcut all the way through and run all the way along here, all the way up to the very end to where you get to near Kununurra, or you can double back and go up and around Ivanhoe as well, crossing. So the main highway is down here, the road highway.
And that's bitumen?
Yeah, so this is the bitumen road here. We are sitting here in Derby, so you can double back, come down and do the road section, which is the Savannah Way, which will take you from here all the way to Cairns in North Queensland, or you can do the Gib River Road. So the road will come to here, then it will start to dirt and run all the way along, all the way up. Now, obviously off this, you've got so many different places you can go as well. Obviously, it'll depend on what sort of setup you have, if you have on-road, off-road caravans. Yeah, it's just all, and the conditions of the road as well. So Yeah, like we were saying before, you got to be prepared for this type of stuff. But
So if you want to get from A to B without going on dirt, you take
well, you can't. You've got to go down this way.
the highway.
Yeah.
But if you are set up for dirt, you can do it.
It's all part of the adventure, mate. Get on it. Get on it. Oi, what are you doing, mate?
I'm checking out the information centre in Derby, which is what we recommend you do when you come to anywhere that you're not familiar with, because in here there's lots of information about the Boab trees, but also...
Can you get grocery shopping?
If you were shopping for shirts and souvenirs of the local area, then yes, you could, but not for groceries, no. So there's heaps of information. There's a video playing over there about the Gib River Road, lots of maps, lots of merch, t-shirts that say, I survived the Gib River Road, but that would be premature because we're at the wrong end for that. But anyway, there's just heaps of really cool stuff in here, so information centres for the win.
Okay, so quick heads up. We've just had some lunch down on the jetty there at Derby. Found a camp for tonight. I think we're going to camp up at Lennard River. I think it's about another 160 odd k's from Derby, but that'll be on the Gib, so that'll be our first night. So we'll get moving to there now, and have a epic afternoon. Beauty. Oi, mate. Fix up the fuel. Oh, what do you got there, mate?
Don't need to film. Don't.
Sienna, don't tell anyone that we've got ice creams,
Secret
okay?
squirrel. We've stuck
squirrel.
Sienna into the back seat so she doesn't have to ride with her brother and sister. I snuck out there trying to hide it so they didn't see it.
And I was filming.
Hopefully they don't watch this episode.
Here we are, start of the Gib River Road. Obviously, it's just what you got to do when you get to the Gib. You've got to get a photo of the sign. This is not the full high one compared to the other side, but this will do the job just fine. As you can see, we got Greggles here getting a photo of it. And there she is in her glory. Oh, look. It's the Adams family. Leonard. Leonard.
All right.
1, 2, 3.
You. What's going on here, babe? Look. What's going on here, mate?
What's the name of the first?
We got an imposter.
Leonard River.
Leonard River. Leonard River's
Look, it's down.
Did you see that? We've got an imposter,
There we go.
mate. Have a look on the sign.
That's another ADU sticker up there.
Look at the imposters. Who are they?
Yeah, that's rude.
Who are they, mate?
That's rude. That's copyright.
That's copyright, eh? You know that? Oh, bushwhacker! Look! You shuckers! Hey,
Hey!
you gonna be long, mate, or what?
Did you point out that there we are? The first one up there is the Lennard River Iminji, and that's where we're going.
Oh, let's go then.
Let's go.
Well, we're gonna go, like, if we ever get back in the car, or?
We just dance around the sign. This is a very interesting sign. Tells you all the gorges you can see of the West Kimberley. I would name them all, but we're being waited on, so we gotta go, Sienna. We gotta go. We've just driven past Leonard. I think it might be full. We did hear people on the radio suggesting that there's a little camp that's got grass right on a red cliff on the right hand side of a bridge as you cross over. We were listening into the conversation and we've seen some big vans turn in there, so whether that's what we're about to do on it, I guess I'm about to find out, because Greg and Chris are talking logistics again. So it turns out this might not be the spot. We are going for a look down that way first. Well, they're over there having a little look, and this is what we've got. This is the Leonard River. What's the verdict this time?
The verdict is we're going back where we were, so you have to walk all the way back with the camera now.
Well, that's okay. I got a shot of that bit of the Leonard River campground. Oh, you reckon it's less bulldusty up there? Is it? Less bull? Oh, it is too. He's a clever man. So that van there is pulling off to the left over that side of the bridge, which is the western side, and we are heading back down this little path on the eastern side of Lennard River. Not only do we have kangaroos, we also have cows. And this is our little camp spot for the night. It's kind of nice.
Wait, Greg can come just down here. First camp on the Gib. We're done, we're dusted. Tomorrow morning we're going to get up and we're going to do Tunnel Creek. It's just across the road and up, heading towards Winjana. That's going to be an adventure in itself. I'll flick the drone up now so you can check out how beautiful this place is, and we are signing out for the night. There you are.
I'm okay.
Green light.
I'm not okay. Help me, I'm dying.
Look how deep you are.
Mate, it's over my tartars.
What's your tartars?
Titties.
Swim, mate, swim! We're officially lost.
Lost forever in Tunnel Creek. Doesn't really float my boat, so